Prepare yourself for a sharp rise in grocery prices that will impact your wallet like never before. The prices of essential items that you may be barely managing now are about to soar, making your weekly shopping trips a daunting task. It's time to confront the harsh reality of the grocery landscape. With supply chain disruptions, inflationary pressures, and seasonal changes, the cost of food is expected to spike, leaving many consumers struggling to keep up. In this video, we've identified 12 grocery products that are poised to become priceless in the coming month. These items, ranging from pantry staples to fresh produce, are not only vital to our diets, but also represent some of the most significant price increases. Being aware of these impending changes can help you plan and adjust your budget accordingly. Whether you're stocking up or simply trying to make ends meet, knowing what's coming can make all the difference. Get ready to navigate the grocery aisles with this crucial information in hand and prepare for a reality check that will redefine your shopping habits this October. Number 12. Rice. Rice is not just a filler, it's a survival essential. Feeding over half the global population, rice is crucial for many households, including those in the US. However, we've grown too complacent about its availability. The reality is that the global rice supply is on shaky ground. Major rice exporting countries, including India, Thailand, and Vietnam, are being ravaged by extreme weather. Droughts, floods, and even cyclones have severely affected rice production, leaving the supply chain vulnerable. India, which alone accounts for 40% of the world's rice exports, imposed strict export restrictions this year due to crop losses. This sent global rice prices soaring by nearly 10%, and the situation is only expected to worsen. With demand for rice rising and supplies tightening, prices are predicted to surge by another 15 to 20% by October. These increases will undoubtedly hit American consumers hard. Brands like Lundberg, Family Farms, and Riceland are still readily available. But for how long? As prices rise and supplies dwindle, rice could become a luxury item that many households can no longer afford. Now is the time to stock up on long-grain white or brown rice. Store it properly, and you'll have a reliable food source when grocery store shelves start to empty and prices soar. Securing rice now could mean the difference between maintaining a steady food supply or scrambling for one later. Number 11. Canned beans. Canned beans are not just a simple pantry item, they're a survival essential. Black beans, kidney beans, and pinto beans are packed with protein, fiber, and critical nutrients, making them a vital source of sustenance when fresh protein options become scarce. Beans are also budget-friendly and versatile, perfect for soups, stews, or simple meals. However, the production of beans in the US is under severe strain. As one of the top producers of dry beans, the US has been hit hard by severe droughts, especially in the Midwest and Pacific Northwest. North Dakota, one of the country's top bean-producing states, saw a staggering 30% drop in bean yields last year. This shortage has already caused a 12% price increase, and this trend is expected to continue through the end of the year. Brands like Bush's and Goya still offer a wide variety of canned beans, but prices are likely to rise as production struggles to meet demand. If protein becomes more expensive or difficult to find, canned beans will be an essential and cost-effective way to nourish your family. Stocking up now while they're still relatively affordable could save you money and stress down the road. Number 10. Olive oil. Olive oil is often viewed as a luxury, but it's quickly becoming a necessity, and a more expensive one at that. Global olive oil production, particularly in Spain and Italy, has been hit hard by record-breaking heat waves and droughts. Spain, the world's largest producer of olive oil, experienced a 50% drop in olive yields last year, and this shortage is already being felt in the US. The reduced supply of olives has caused olive oil prices to rise by 25% in the US, and experts predict even steeper increases as we move into the fall. Olive oil isn't just a culinary staple. It's a healthy source of fats, and when stored properly, it has a long shelf life. Brands like California Olive Ranch and Filippo Barrio are still widely available, but the window to stock up is closing quickly. With olive oil prices expected to soar even higher, and the possibility of shelves going empty due to global shortages, having a stockpile of olive oil will soon feel like both a luxury and a necessity. Act now before prices climb further, as olive oil could soon become an item many households can no longer afford. Number 9. Pasta. Pasta, a cheap, filling, and versatile food, is also facing an alarming rise in prices. Made from durum wheat, pasta is directly affected by the global wheat crisis. Major wheat-producing regions, including the US, Canada, and Europe, are struggling with extreme weather conditions. Heat waves, droughts, and floods have severely impacted wheat harvests, and the effects are being felt worldwide. In 2023, Canada's durum wheat production dropped by nearly 40% due to droughts, causing global prices to rise by over 30%. For consumers, this means pasta prices are already climbing, with some brands raising their prices by 10 to 15%. Unfortunately, this is just the beginning, as durum wheat shortages are expected to worsen. As climate change continues to disrupt agriculture, we may see even more significant price hikes. Brands like Barilla and DeCecco are still available, but it's unclear how long that will last. As wheat stocks shrink and prices rise, pasta could shift from being an everyday affordable food to a luxury item that many families struggle to afford. If pasta is a staple in your household, now is the time to stock up. Don't wait until prices spike even higher. Load up on your favorite pasta varieties now to avoid paying exorbitant prices or facing empty shelves in the near future. Number 8. Hard wheat berries. Hard wheat berries aren't just another grain. They're a cornerstone of long-term food security. When stored properly, these grains can last for decades, providing a versatile and enduring source of nutrition. Whether you grind them into fresh flour, cook them as a grain, or sprout them for added nutritional benefits, wheat berries can sustain you when other foods become scarce. But here's the harsh reality. The global wheat supply is facing significant challenges. The US Midwest, a key wheat-growing region, has been hit by severe droughts, which have reduced crop yields. Geopolitical conflicts, especially in Ukraine, are exacerbating the problem. Ukraine and Russia together produce a significant portion of the world's wheat, but conflict in the region has severely disrupted production and exports. Additionally, rising costs of essential inputs like fertilizers and fuel are pushing wheat production costs higher, squeezing farmers from all sides. As a result, wheat yields in the US alone dropped by 10% last year, and the situation is even worse in Russia and Ukraine. The ripple effect is already being felt at grocery stores, with prices of wheat-based products like bread and pasta rising by 15 to 20%. Experts predict that by the end of the year, wheat prices could spike by another 30%. Brands like Palouse Brand and Augustin Farms still offer hard wheat berries, which provide a reliable source of carbohydrates. Stocking up on these now can help secure your future food supply, especially as flour and bread become more expensive or hard to find. Don't wait until prices hit unsustainable levels. Grab your wheat berries now to ensure you have a long-lasting food source during potential shortages. Number 7. Canned chickpeas. Canned chickpeas are a pantry staple that many people overlook, but they're incredibly versatile and nutritious. Rich in protein, fiber, and essential vitamins like B6 and folate, chickpeas are a key source of nutrition, especially when fresh protein sources become limited. You can use chickpeas in a variety of dishes, from soups and stews to homemade hummus, or roast them for a crunchy snack. However, chickpea production is under pressure. Major growing regions like the US and India have been hit by severe droughts and erratic weather patterns, significantly reducing this year's chickpea harvests. With lower yields expected, prices for chickpeas and other legumes are set to rise in the coming months. If you rely on chickpeas for their nutritional benefits, now is the time to stock up. Brands like Goya and Eden Organic still offer affordable canned chickpeas, but that may not last long. As the harvest shortfall drives prices higher, beans and legumes could become unaffordable for many families. By securing a few cans now, you'll be prepared for any disruptions in the supply chain. Number 6. Canned beef stew. When it comes to canned meats, most people focus on tuna or chicken. But canned beef stew is an excellent high-calorie, protein-rich option. It also contains vegetables, making it a more balanced meal straight out of the can. Canned beef stew stores well for years and can be a lifesaver when fresh protein sources become unavailable. But beef production is facing serious challenges. In the U.S., cattle farmers are struggling with feed shortages due to drought, rising fuel costs, and skyrocketing feed prices. Extreme weather events are also affecting cattle farming globally, putting further pressure on the beef industry. Brands like Dinty Moore and Hormel still offer canned beef stew at reasonable prices, but those prices could rise dramatically in the near future. Experts are already warning that beef prices will continue to climb, and by October, canned beef stew could become a luxury item. Stocking up now will ensure that you have a reliable source of protein, even if fresh meat becomes too expensive or hard to find. Number 5. Shelf-stable almond milk. Shelf-stable almond milk is poised to become a high-demand, low-supply item that could disappear from store shelves quickly. With dairy prices already soaring, millions of Americans are turning to almond milk as a plant-based alternative. But here's the catch. California, which produces 80% of the world's almonds, is in the midst of an agricultural crisis. Unprecedented droughts and water shortages are slashing almond yields year after year. Over the past 2 years, almond production in California has dropped by more than 15%, and almond prices have already surged by nearly 30%. The situation is likely to worsen as the state continues to face severe water restrictions and back-to-back droughts. Brands like Califia Farms and Silk, which produce shelf-stable almond milk, may soon experience supply chain disruptions. This could make almond milk harder to find, especially the shelf-stable varieties that can last for months. Almond milk isn't just a dairy alternative, it's fortified with essential vitamins like E and D, making it a nutritional powerhouse. When fresh dairy products become too expensive or scarce, almond milk will be a vital source of nutrition. If you don't act now, you could be facing significantly higher prices or empty shelves by October. Stock up on a few cartons of shelf-stable almond milk today to ensure that you have a reliable dairy alternative in the months ahead. This is a smart investment, especially as almond milk becomes a sought-after item when fresh milk is out of reach for many families. Number 4. Coffee. Coffee, a daily necessity for millions of Americans, is about to get much more expensive. For many, coffee is more than just a morning ritual. It's a vital part of their day. Unfortunately, the global coffee supply chain is under severe strain. Brazil, the largest coffee producer in the world, faced devastating weather conditions, including frost and droughts, which destroyed large portions of its coffee crop. According to the USDA, Brazil's coffee production plummeted by nearly 25% in 2023 alone. It's not just Brazil that's struggling. Colombia, another major coffee producer, is also experiencing harsh weather conditions that have significantly reduced its output. These disruptions are causing global coffee prices to soar. Over the past year, coffee prices have surged by more than 50%, and experts warn that they could rise another 10 to 15% by the end of 2024. Brands like Folgers and Starbucks are already adjusting their prices to reflect these increases. Specialty coffee brands are expected to follow suit, making it harder for the average consumer to afford their daily cup of joe. If you're a coffee lover, now is the time to stock up while prices are still somewhat manageable. Whether you prefer ground coffee, instant coffee, or whole beans, getting ahead of the price hikes could save you from having to splurge later on when coffee becomes a luxury item for many households. Number 3. Sardines. Sardines, an often overlooked item when it comes to stockpiling, are packed with nutrients that will be crucial when fresh food becomes scarce. Sardines provide essential omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamin D, all vital for maintaining a healthy diet when you can't easily access fresh food. They're also shelf-stable for years, requiring no preparation. Simply open the can, and you've got a nutrient-rich meal ready to go. However, global sardine stocks are facing significant challenges. Overfishing, particularly in the Pacific Ocean, combined with climate change, has put immense pressure on sardine populations. The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, reports that global sardine catches have decreased by over 20% in the past decade, and this decline, along with ongoing disruptions in the fishing industry, is driving prices up. Some estimates predict sardine prices could increase by 15–20% by the end of the year. Brands like Wild Planet and King Oscar are still widely available, but it's only a matter of time before the supply tightens. Stocking up on sardines now could be a smart move because once these nutrient-packed cans become harder to find, they're likely to become a valuable commodity. Number 2. Almond butter. Peanut butter may be the go-to spread for many, but almond butter is an underrated pantry staple that offers superior nutritional benefits. Almond butter is rich in healthy fats, fiber, and essential vitamins, particularly vitamin E, making it an excellent source of energy and nutrition. However, the almond industry is facing a crisis, and this could make almond butter far more expensive in the near future. California, which produces 80% of the world's almonds, is experiencing unprecedented droughts, water restrictions, and wildfires. Last year, these factors caused a 10% drop in almond production, and with water shortages continuing, almond yields are expected to shrink even more. This has already driven almond prices up by 25%, and by October, experts predict a further 30–35% increase in the price of almond butter. High-quality brands like Barney Butter and Maranatha are still available, but the supply could tighten significantly as we move into fall. If almond butter is a part of your diet, or you're looking for a peanut butter alternative, now is the time to stock up. As prices skyrocket and shelves empty, almond butter could become a luxury item you wish you had purchased earlier. Number 1. Dehydrated vegetables. Dehydrated vegetables may soon become essential for maintaining a balanced diet when fresh produce becomes unavailable or too expensive. Fresh vegetables are already a luxury for many Americans, with extreme weather wreaking havoc on agricultural production. Droughts, floods, and wildfires are severely impacting U.S. agriculture, particularly in California, which grows nearly 1/3 of the country's vegetables. Climate-related disruptions have caused significant yield reductions, with some areas reporting up to a 40% drop in vegetable production. This has led to a noticeable increase in the price of fresh produce. Over the past year, the cost of vegetables has risen by as much as 20%, and another 10–15% hike is expected by October. Dehydrated vegetables, such as those from brands like Harmony House and Mother Earth products, are a smart investment. They are lightweight, long-lasting, and retain most of their essential nutrients, including vitamins A and C. Stocking up on dehydrated vegetables now can help you maintain a balanced diet during times of crisis when fresh vegetables are either unavailable or unaffordable. These dried veggies could prove to be invaluable when you're trying to stretch your meals in the midst of a food crisis. That is all for today, guys. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content.